retail podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us today. I'm your host, Meredith.
And I'm your host, Cass.
Let's have some fun.
Sleepy. Meredith is not awake. Wake up.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, hi everybody. So we were just talking about how many stores I visited in the last couple of days. I've did 14 stores.
You're making me yawn.
Oh gosh. And I got home here like around 4 and I said, I'm just going to lay down just for a second. And I set my alarm for 5:28.
And that's what time I pulled in the
driveway. And that's what time, yeah. My alarm was like, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, and then like the cameras were going off. I'm like, oh, Cass is here. So I've literally been awake for like 3.5 minutes right now.
Gosh, you're wild.
By the time I wake up after recording,
I would have been like, I'm not coming.
Yeah, no.
I'm sleeping. Sorry, I'm sleeping.
So I wrote this on my private Facebook page, but on Sunday night, I accidentally fell asleep to my phone. I was watching a show.
Oh no!
And did you see my
no.
post or no? Okay, so I fell asleep to my phone, like almost like white noise. And at midnight, something in the show went sh, 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 like that, and so I jumped up like a ninja. And I was going to karate chop whoever was walking into my bedroom. Like I was off the bed, ready to pounce on whoever it was.
Funny.
And then I was like, oh, it's my show. And then I couldn't fall asleep.
Oh my gosh.
I was up for hours on Sunday from midnight
worst.
to, and then I think I got to yawn again. Shoot. And then
You're making me yawn. Because, they say if you don't yawn when somebody else does, you're a psychopath.
You're not connected.
Yeah.
And then I was up from midnight to about like 4:30, 4:45 or something like that in the morning. And then so I was like, I have got to try and just fall asleep for a few minutes. So I did. I fell back to sleep for about 45 minutes and then got up and then headed out to 7 stores.
So you were not the only one who Snapchatted me Monday morning and said they woke up at like midnight or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning and could not go back to sleep.
Man.
So something was going on.
And then,
I don't know what, because I slept like a baby.
I was going to say, we had the Northern Lights going on.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm yawning again. Crazy.
You're terrible.
I am terrible. I'm not trying. My brain just needs oxygen, I guess.
Maybe we should have given you like 10 more minutes.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy, right? Oh my goodness. So, anyways, we asked everybody what their side hustle was.
Oh.
Today.
This is ours.
And this is ours.
Hopefully we'll start making money on it.
Yeah. With both podcasts.
Yeah.
And books.
Yeah.
Right? You smell that? Smell it.
Yeah, it smells good.
Isn't that nice? So Steve was working on a job, and every once in a while he would smell something like tropical.
Yeah.
And so he asked the customer, he was like, what is that?
I'm looking around.
I know. He's like, what is that? What keeps smelling so nice in your house? And it's some kind of like air freshener. So he went and bought it. So now every 15 minutes. Yeah, it's sprayed out. Is it over on the table over there?
I see it. Yeah.
Does that smell good?
Yeah, it does.
I said, get something that smells like the tropics or that reminds us of being on vacation.
The beach.
Yeah,
we
so it's
need
like
beach day.
What is that called? Glade?
Glade.
Right?
Yeah.
It's battery operated.
Yeah, it's like one you'd see in the bathroom.
I remember my sister-in-law telling us one time that they had bought one and put it in the house, and they had 2 or 3 dogs. And, it gives you times. It'll say like every 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. I've got to yawn again.
Stop it.
Anyways, and so it's every like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes. And she said she got home and the dogs were like,
oh no,
because she put it on like every 5 minutes and the whole house just smelled from it. Just kept spritzing on them over and over again. Oh my God.
You got me that Bath and Body Works butterfly plug-in.
It's just water.
Well, neither one of us are drinking today.
For going with me to my book signing.
And it smells so good, but I had it right in the living room, and I had to take it. I had to go plug it in upstairs.
Was it giving you a headache?
It didn't give me a headache, but it was like overwhelming. And now it's like nice. Like I smell it when I walk in, but it's not right in my nostrils.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, overpowering.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we asked. So. Besides that,
back to side hustles.
Yeah, back to side hustles. We asked everybody, and Shannon mentioned that they sell clothes on eBay.
Oh, yeah.
And that's kind of something similar to what we do on Poshmark. We sell on Poshmark.
Yeah.
And then you said this is our side hustle.
Yeah.
That we can't wait to start making a lot of money.
Billions.
We have the 2 podcasts, and I have my 7 books now. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. I have 3 young adult and then 4 kids. Actually, there's 4, 5, 6 now coming out. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's crazy. Someone else said their feet on OnlyFans.
Get out.
And then someone else was a oh gosh, what did he say?
Do you just sell your feet pictures, or do you have to like make videos with like your toes wiggling? Like, now I'm intrigued. I want to know.
I'm sure it's a little bit of everything. People just like,
or do
all
you
that
like put
kind of
like
stuff.
Our backdrops, like our different backgrounds?
Yeah,
do you put your feet in front
on
of
the
those?
beach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, feet eating, feet sharing,
Ew, feet sick. Dude, I was watching this video on TikTok, and it was from like 1940, and this woman was born with no arms, and she had, I think, like 6 or 7 kids, and so she did everything with her feet. I couldn't watch it.
Really?
She was like, had a comb in her toes and was combing the boy's hair.
And couldn't do it?
I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, it just looked unusual to you? Or
No,
it just looked
I don't
uncomfortable?
like feet.
Yeah, no, me neither.
So I was like what a feat in life, right? That she's like able to, but I couldn't watch it. I just, ugh.
Yeah, people like, I mean, it's what makes the world go around. People are
changing diapers with your feet.
Yeah, and because she had no arms.
She had no arms.
Yeah. I've seen that before. I mean, so she can't help it.
Right. But it still grossed me out.
Sure. But then there's other people that they just like to see feet, like
Sick.
with, French tips.
I never
and with
understood foot
rings
fetish.
on them,
Yeah.
and on the road and on the highway and traveling. And you know what? The one thing I cannot stand
What?
are people putting feet on the dashboards and on
Yes.
the windshield.
Yes.
Stop.
Yeah.
Put your feet down on the ground. First of all,
Yes.
it's dangerous because if you get
Yes.
into a car accident, your knee is going to go into your
Right.
into yourself,
Yes.
into your face.
You're absolutely
Right?
fucked.
But
if that
yeah,
happens.
absolutely
Yeah.
you are. But also it's just gross.
It's
I do not
gross.
like that. And a lot of you that are saying, well, I put my feet up. Don't do it around
Don't
me.
do
Okay.
it.
Just don't do it.
See, and Grandma always said, once you take a hobby and try to make money off of it, it's not a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a job and you don't enjoy it.
I used to do a lot of painting, like the wine bottles
Right.
and with the lights inside and stuff. I started
Yeah.
that so many
Yeah.
years ago, 20 years ago. I don't even know how long ago. And as soon as people started ordering from me, I was like,
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, when they started actually doing like specific orders.
Yeah.
I used to do weddings. It was a big thing to have a wine bottle decorated with different kinds of paints years and years ago. And they would
Yeah.
put, flowers in it or something like that. And when people started sending me their colors and saying, we want these 3 colors on these wine bottles, I would actually cook them in the oven.
Yeah.
The paint would be like different
Yeah.
styles and stuff. I just couldn't do it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that at the Crafts and Cocktails
Mm-hmm.
when everybody was setting their shit up, and we were set up in 5 minutes because it was books.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else had all these fancy things, and you were like, yep, I remember those days.
So Val is the one that actually said OnlyFans favorite foot fetishes. And I said, hey, whatever it takes. And
Hold
she
on, I
said,
have to see which Val that is.
you're Val.
Oh, Valerie.
Freaks want to look
Get
at my
out.
cute toes for money, she said.
Sick. She should start one. I don't believe she has one, but maybe she does. I wouldn't know.
Oh, gosh. Oh, and Jason says, I used to officiate weddings. That's what I was going to say earlier.
That's wild.
That's neat. That is very neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, can we talk about my violation that I keep watching?
Oh my God. Will you stop it with your red light camera? Are you going to go fight it?
I am going to fight
Good.
it.
Because anybody that shows up to fight it, they usually win.
I think I'm going to write to them because it says you can
Yeah.
send in by mail, which
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I've had a couple busy weeks, but I need to do it before 6/20, I think, of
Yeah.
2024. So I actually stop before the white line. And then I move forward because there is a FedEx truck
Yeah.
that went over the line and I can't see.
Yeah.
I can't see.
I'm
So
just watching it
then
play
I move,
over and
yeah, I
over.
know. And then you see me, the camera starts and I'm over the white line.
Yeah.
But really, if they back up a little bit, I actually stop before the white line.
And then
I creep
forward.
up
Yeah.
and then I go.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm going to fight
people
it.
review those, and I can't believe that they Like, there's somebody that sits in an office and watches those for an 8-hour shift and says, yes, no, yes, no. You know?
Yeah, I don't. That's interesting because they would have seen that I stopped before because I know that intersection.
Right.
They've made millions on that intersection,
Yes.
and I refuse to give them any more money.
Well, I was so pissed because it was down for so long and then they brought it back.
Yeah, it's crazy. I purposely tried to avoid the intersection.
Yeah.
And I just so happened to go through it for some reason. I think the one road that I usually take a right on, was closed or something. They were doing some construction.
Yeah.
I was so mad about that.
You know
but
what?
I'm going to fight it.
I'm not. I probably shouldn't publicly announce this, but I'm gonna. So there's a little like strip mall, grocery store, gas station all through there. So sometimes I'll just cut through there and then
Sure. So that you
Instead of
don't
going
have to
through
go
that
through the
light,
light.
yeah.
So I intentionally go and stop at that Starbucks that's on that corner.
Yeah.
And then go the same way
Go the
without
same
going
way
to
out.
that light.
Yeah.
And I'm not the only
And
one. We're not the only
it
ones.
takes forever because everybody's so scared to get a ticket. They like refuse to turn right on red there. So yeah, it's very annoying. I've given them $200 in the last year. I got 2 tickets.
Ugh.
I got a ticket in the mail, and Johnny was like, "You got a red light ticket in the mail." And I was like, well, I'm going to get another one because I just blew it today.
Jeez.
Because it takes like a month for them to send it to you.
I know Steve gets home sometimes. He's like, I'm pretty sure I didn't stop at this one light and I'm going to get it. And he hasn't gotten any yet. And then I knew it. As soon as I walked in by the mailbox and I pulled it out and I saw my name, I'm like, this is a freaking violation for a red light.
Dang it.
I figured it was downtown or something, because they have a lot of them by the schools and stuff. If you go over 30 or even 25, it's catching you, but nothing, knock on wood, nothing yet.
Yeah, knock on wood too, because I got a warning from City of Chicago. And they were like, we've noticed you've never gotten a violation in the City of Chicago. So this is your one warning. Like, if you get it again, you better believe I'm doing 28.
Yeah, exactly.
28. I will not push my luck down there.
No one's going to be. Yeah. And people ride on you.
Yes.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Go around.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually the one that I have to go by, which is, I think it's on Diversey. It's 2 lanes. Go around me. I do not care. I'll stay in the right lane because I got to turn right anyways.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about to get to that store.
Yeah.
Huh. So other side hustles are e-commerce store. Freelance merchandising, which is based on businesses looking to improve their retail displays and layouts.
Oh.
So they hire
kind of what we do.
A little bit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But we do it for full time. These people do side hustles.
Yeah.
So ours feels like a full-time hustle. Personal shopping service, providing a personal shopping service. One of my favorite Christmas movies on Hallmark is a woman that does personal shopping for, of course, the high-rise office guy.
Yes.
But every time I see it come on, I'm like, this is so great. I would love to just shop for people.
What is it called? Do you remember? Because now I want to watch it.
I'm going to think about it before this podcast is over.
When you see it again,
this episode.
You better take a picture and send it to me. So
I'm going to. I like it. It's
Yeah.
cute. And I like the actors too. I think they are from Canada or something. So, which a lot of them are because they go way up north to film these.
In the middle of summer.
Yeah, of course, in the middle because there's still snow. Handmade crafts, as we just talked about. A lot of people do crafts. It was interesting because we went to the event a few weekends ago and I thought it was good. My goal was to sell 5 books to people I didn't know. I ended up doing 28 or 30, I think, which was so great.
So good.
The biggest thing was the teachers loved the kindness book. So go on Amazon and look at that. What was I going to say? Oh, but I was looking around and I'm watching people put stuff out on their tables. And of course I'm observing, right?
Yeah.
And every single person there thinks that their stuff is the best.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of course.
Absolutely.
You have to think that way,
right?
Or you would never go to a craft show, right?
Right.
You'd never pay the $100 per table, or sometimes they're even more.
Yeah.
To put all your treasures out. But I don't know. And then the funny thing is, so we have Anxiety Makes Me Poop, right? The podcast, and that's 3 of my books.
Yes.
Can we talk about how some ladies clutch their pearls and their chest, and the one lady hid? She was walking with a young man. I don't know how old he was, I feel like he was maybe preteen and grabbed his eyes and moved him away so that he wouldn't read my book title.
It was so funny.
I'm sorry, what?
It says poop on it. It's not a big deal. Everybody poops.
So, I mean, in the mix of people that would walk past our table.
But how many times were we surprised when we're like, oh, these ladies are totally going to clutch their pearls?
Oh,
and they were
yeah.
like, oh my God, look at that. It's so funny.
And then some people, like their sphincters went up into their bodies and it was just like, you know.
Oh,
and
so
how about
funny.
some people that were like, nope, it makes me do the opposite. I can't go number 2. And, I mean, so those people were fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's so funny.
The whole, go to a craft show.
Yeah.
And just observe people. Don't go to buy. Just go observe the different ways that people, because you just don't know what people are looking for. And it's so interesting.
It proves that it takes all kinds to make the world go around.
And it is definitely unique. And there's a lot of kinds out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very, very, I don't know. I found it more strange than, because we were also, our friend Kristen.
Yes.
They have a wine walk, and she asked if I'd like to join, you know, if we wanted to hang out.
Right.
And after we did the very successful one that we did, I was like, I don't know if I can. It takes all kinds. I need a month off, you know, from that. Just, I don't know. Because it was a great time and fun, but just to see people like clutch their pearls or, you know,
funny.
Look over at us or not even,
you know,
or
what?
ignore you.
I feel, they would like make eye contact with the book and turn.
And we would have to say, good morning, good afternoon.
Yeah. But I think Kristen's event would be a totally different crowd.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
although the people that came up to the table were super fun.
Yes.
And then we had some friends come to visit us, which was amazing, and family. So, you know, love to see everybody.
And Steve brought us lunch. Steve and Julia brought us lunch.
Oh my gosh, it was so delish.
It was good.
I'm addicted to grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Another one is consulting. So you can offer consulting services to small retail businesses looking to improve their operations, customer experience, or marketing strategies, which is a little bit of what I do.
Yeah, I feel like
the side.
that takes some experience.
You have to have experience to do that. So for like us,
you can't
we've been in the customer service role for a very long time.
Yeah.
Someone could come ask us different things. We probably would have the answer.
Yeah.
Or we have a situation that we could share that say, well, this is what we did.
Yeah.
Or this is what happened, right? Or they could just listen to the podcast.
Just listen to the podcast.
Just listen to the podcast. All 160 episodes. Just do that. The other one is virtual assistant. Provide virtual assistant services to online retailers, helping with tasks such as customer service, order processing, and social media management. I almost feel like, it's sprayed again. That's so strong, right? I'm going to have to move that thing. I'm like sucking Hawaiian whatever up into my nostrils
Hawaiian
from Glade.
aloha.
Yeah. I'm trying to read it and I'm like,
it's alohaing right up your nose.
what exactly is how can we describe the scent to people, or like
It's like pineapple with flowers.
It reminds me of
Pineapple coconut
pina
with flowers.
colada.
Yeah.
It's like I just tasted it right now because it's sprayed. Anyways, so yeah.
I seen recently that there is like Airbnb and social media platforms that have work from home jobs. So it'd be kind of a side hustle where you help either with customer service or you go on and remove like hateful comments and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know how much it pays, but I seen that recently. Also, I seen on TikTok a side hustle is to create profiles that do daily quizzes or fun facts or self-motivational videos, and that's a really good side hustle too. Yeah.
One of my son's friends actually has an OnlyFans, and she pays someone in Japan $3 to what do you call that when they're moderator?
Yes.
Moderator. They're a moderator while she's live.
$3?
That person's probably watching how many other screens though in that hour. So let's just say you have 10 other screens and you're just making sure everyone's behaving
I would
themselves.
at least give her $20 for an hour.
I don't know. It's only
That's
3 hours. I
wild.
don't know how they do it. Maybe it's with AI or something. They just set it all up so any words that are being used just gets,
If
ghosted
somebody
or
says
blocked
ugly
or
in their sentence,
Yeah.
they just boom,
Yeah.
automatically take them off.
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
That's wild.
So that's similar. This next one's similar to what you were just saying, like blogging or influencing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there's tutoring or teaching.
Yeah.
So if you're really good at something,
I could never do that.
Math or whatever, you could do that.
Piano.
Or renting a space.
Yeah.
That could be anything.
Yeah.
You could now, if you are not jumping on the food truck phenomenon that's going on.
What happened?
Even if you don't want to, if you just bought a truck and rented it out.
At Brat House. Did they not just start a new food truck?
They did.
What is it called? I saw it.
I don't know. Go
What's
check
it
it out.
called?
Go to Richmond Broad House and check out their new food truck. If you
Yeah.
are not jumping on that
Yeah.
amazingness right now, you're missing out.
You know why I saw that is because I went to go check out Mom and Grandma on Facebook.
Oh, and then you saw it.
For Mother's Day, Mom rented a trike and went and picked up Grandma on the
so
trike and took her
cool.
for a ride.
She looked so happy
I
in the
know.
picture that you sent. So
yeah.
exciting.
That's funny.
Another one's app development. If you have coding skills, develop a retail-related app or software solution to address a specific need to the industry.
Do you agree or disagree that our schooling system, like in grade school, they should be learning coding, right?
I agree.
Right?
That's so much
Like
scripts.
that is, yeah,
all of that.
so much in our whatever today.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Social media management for photography, event staffing, product demonstrations. There's just so many different side hustles that people mentioned, and ChatGPT also gave us some of these ideas. Subscription box curator. I don't know who I was talking to, but someone was thinking about doing something like that. Maybe it was even Steve. Like you create a box that you would send to people every month. Like, for example, I think Julia had one and it was makeup.
Yeah.
So you have all the trial sizes and basically the companies donate and then
Right.
you create this box. You curate this box, this monthly box that people would buy,
You know what
subscribe to, and then you send it off.
You know what I really want is that snacks from around the world one.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Anything with snacks.
If anybody wants to get me something for my birthday this year,
It's just amazing.
give me a monthly subscription to snacks from around the world.
Use the Clopen address and I'll go pick it up.
So we can both taste it.
The other one's drop shipping, language translation. I
Wait,
know
hold
that's
on.
big.
Drop shipping, that's where you sell shit on Amazon, right?
Yeah, setting up an online store and partnering with suppliers to fulfill orders directly to customers.
There's people who've made a lot of money doing
Yes,
that.
definitely.
Because you find something that moves and you get a relationship with that company, like, and you just take whatever, 10% of sales or whatever. I don't know how it works, but yeah.
Yeah, push a couple buttons. I mean, I'm making all of this sound super easy. Nothing's easy, right? You have to work for it if you want to make
Right.
money, right? But
Well, then the next one you said, language translator. Obviously, you have to know another language,
Right,
you know, which that's
right.
going to take some. I mean, granted, if you were born in another country and then English is your second language or whatever, you grew up in a multilingual household,
sure.
use it to your advantage. Also, if you get a job and they ask you if you speak another language and you say yes, you better be asking for like $3 more an hour for it.
Oh, really?
Otherwise, you do not speak another language. Do not let them use that for free. Know your worth.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
We even have a full episode on that.
Yeah.
It's actually called Know Your Worth.
Yes.
So go take a look. I think we talk about all that. The next one's fitness classes. So I've always been into
Not my jam.
fitness, whole pizza in my mouth, but I've always been into fitness. I don't know that I could ever teach it. I just don't
You
have
just
the
do
brain.
it.
I just do it. I would rather have someone tell me what to do.
I bet you could. If you watched a couple videos, you would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I need a warm up and then the workout and then a cool down and then some stretching
and a beer
or something.
after. Yeah.
Absolutely. A beer at the end, a drink at the end.
Home organization services. I know.
All I think of is bed bugs.
It reminds me of the movie Blended with Drew
Yes.
Barrymore, and she's a
Yes.
closet organizer.
Yes.
Yeah. And her company's called Closet Queens. And he asks her about that. He was like, Closet Queens, huh? I think that's great. I think this one's probably my favorite. Pet sitting, dog walking.
I could do those.
I love that. I have
Although,
a friend that
again,
dog walks.
I think about bed bugs.
Again, huh?
Like, people are just not.
They're not clean.
They're not clean, you know?
Clean your house.
I can't go into somebody else's house like that and just, like, think that they're going to live to the same standard I do, you know?
Sure.
And not that my standard is very high. I just know I don't have bed bugs.
Right, exactly.
It's my worst nightmare going to a hotel.
Oh, man.
That's the first thing I do. I set my bag down and I pull up the sheets and look for bed bugs.
I do too.
Yeah. I can't not do it now that I know they exist.
I get my flashlight out from my phone. I'm looking on the sheet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One little dark little spot. That's it.
I pull up the corner and I look in the ridge of the mattress where it's like sewn together. Yeah.
People are nasty. Stop
nasty.
it.
Y'all nasty.
Last one is product reviews or influencing.
See, I could do product reviews.
You know, Julia's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
She has a company that sends her free items to review, and she reviews them online.
Yeah.
And she's considered an influencer, so that's neat. Very neat.
Send me your stuff. I will review it.
Yeah, and we have done that before.
And I'll be honest, which sometimes you don't get from people.
Yep.
They just want to say, oh, yeah, it was great. And I'll be like, that shit stank.
Okay,
and
so
it had bed bugs.
Yeah. So obviously everyone knows we love TikTok. And every single time something comes up where someone says, you are not going to believe this stuff, I always hope that it was an item that they just don't like.
Oh.
You know, or not found.
Yeah.
You know, but something that they say, you know, I have this lipstick. I'm trying this lipstick, but you know, I got to tell you, I don't really like it. But they're still trying to sell it to people. Obviously, you don't make money that way.
Right.
But every single time an influencer comes up on my page, which not many because I don't search for them.
No.
I always hope that they just would tell the truth, but they never do. And I've been a sucker for that. There's been a couple things that I've followed, and it's been like a year, just like on my brain, it'll come up. It'll know that I'm watching the whole thing, the whole ad, and I did buy it. Hated it. You know what everyone is surprised on is that Il Makiage makeup.
I don't know what that is.
IL space MIKAGE. So I don't know if I'm spelling it or saying it correctly, but it says, oh, it's flawless and you don't see any wrinkles. It made me look 20 years older. I said, no way. And now they just keep emailing me. Every time they send me like a free 35, I forward it on to my sister-in-law because she loves it.
Really?
And I can't, and Il Makiage. It's like all the ads that come up and all the influencers.
Shit, now I'm going to see it.
And I know I'm sorry because I keep saying Il Makiage. Hopefully I'm saying it wrong.
Now everybody's going to see it.
Yes.
Even if they don't go on TikTok, Google is listening.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm not the only one, but I put it on. I was like, no way. It dried out my skin. I really, really, really wanted to like it. And I fell for it. You know, I was like, I'll try it.
I'm glad I don't wear face makeup.
Yeah, see, I always do.
Yeah.
Because I'm always blotchy. Or I got like all the freckles or, I just have uneven skin. So I always like to put face makeup on. But, oh my gosh, it was horrible.
I've been really noticing my smile lines lately. Mm-hmm. Like I sent the neighbor a Snapchat because a freaking hummingbird literally tried to land on me. I'm sitting at the table outside, just watching TikTok, whatever. And all of a sudden it like at the back of my head.
Oh my gosh.
And I had my hair in a bun and I thought, oh my gosh, did it think my hair was a flower?
It must have.
And so then I send a Snapchat and I'm like, yeah, and it was like, and I'm like putting the phone all over.
Oh my gosh.
But when I laughed in the video, I was like, holy shit, look at those lines.
You got
I don't even care.
Not compared
I don't even care.
Not compared to me. I got a lot, but I am a smiler and a laugher, and I've been through a lot, and I'm okay. I own my lines.
Yeah.
I own them for about 2 more years.
Do you notice if somebody else talks about like what they don't like, then you start noticing it on yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm an empath that way.
Yeah.
I feel their pain. I go and look. I'm like, ugh.
Well, I feel like if you said like, oh my God, I hate this, I would look at it on me and be like, man, I don't really care.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what I would notice.
I'm going to start testing you on that.
You're going to be, my lips are so dry. And then the next day I'm going to be like, look at my cracked lips.
Do me, you and
my
Bestie
nostrils
do
are
that.
so small. I have to use a Q-tip. And then the next morning
Don't make fun of my Q-tip nose picking. If y'all ever see me driving down the road picking my nose with a Q-tip, no, you didn't. Do you think me, you, and Bestie are good or bad about this? Like, I'll be like, oh my God, I had the worst night. And you'll be like, oh my God, I had the worst night too. Do we try to one-up each other on that?
No, I think we try to relate.
Yeah.
Because
Right?
I think out of the three of us, I'm the one that bitches the most, and you're all like, yeah, me too. And then it just makes me feel so much better.
You're like, oh, good. We're all devastated by this. We're all miserable. Thank God.
I'm pretty sure today I sent you more. So we never really talk during the day.
Yeah,
not too often.
Right.
We're busy working. We have a lot to do during work, and I've been still trying to catch up. Right. It's been I don't know how many weeks now. 7 weeks. No, probably not even.
Not even.
No. And so I've been trying to catch up. So we have not been talking.
No.
But for some reason today, I was just like sending you pictures like this and that and you're like, yeah, and how about this and that and this? So it's like we kind of had one of those days.
And you're like, I'm grumpy. I'm like, it's the rain.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday it was 87 degrees. And today I think our high was 59.
It was 46 and rainy in Wisconsin.
Sick.
Thank goodness I had my jacket with me. And I was putting my jacket on and I was like crabby putting my jacket on. This sucks, this weather, and then you get hot in the car because you got your jacket on. I don't know about you, but I have to take my jacket off to drive.
I have to take my jacket off to drive.
But when you visit 7 stores, it's like you just want to be in and out, in and out, in and out. But
no.
Yeah, no. So it's like, take the jacket off, throw it in there. And then it was so funny because I was thinking to myself, I got to talk about this on the podcast. So I get out of the car, I put my jacket on. I close the door. I lock the door. I go to the back. I open the back. I take the box out because it's like the same thing. I was doing the same thing
over and over
for 14 times these past 2 days. I close the back. I walk into the store. I say, I'm here from blah, blah, blah. And it's like the same story, like song and dancing. Yay, yay, yay. And then I go and take a pee, and then I go back into my car, and then I go into my map. And
okay, wait.
I was just clapping so much that I hit my walk goal. Look, it says 10,000 goal. I was like, yay, yay, yay. It's like, congratulations, you made your goal.
So you just explained my everyday. I walk in, and here I am, and I'm going to do this, and hello, and goodbye. And then I go pee, and I grab an iced coffee, and I go back to my car, and I rip off my coat.
That's what happens when you have to visit multiple stores.
It's so funny. So can I tell you a quick, pretty funny story?
Yes.
I thought anyways. Okay. So I go to this one store and there's these 3, they're Indian ladies, right?
Okay.
And I talk to all of them, usually separate. Well, today they were kind of congregating, talking while they were doing the markdowns.
Okay.
And I went over there and I always make sure I say hey to them and what's going on and let them know this is going on and whatever. So today I walk up and the one, I think one is pretty much oldest, right?
Oh, sure. Okay.
And then there's an older one and a younger one. And I'm pretty sure the younger one and the middle one are the same age, but they've just aged very differently, right?
Okay.
She just looks really young. Because she told me today she's been married for 25 years, right?
Oh, my
so
goodness.
I was like, yeah, you got to be... I mean, I've been with Johnny for 20 years. You've been married for 25 years. So you kind of get an idea of what their age are, right? Anyways, so the youngest one says, oh, I was on vacation last week. And I said, oh, where'd you go? She said, Seattle. And I said, oh, were you visiting family there? And she looks at me and she goes, no, that is not a vacation. And I was like, same girl, same, right? So then the oldest one had walked up right then and she was like, oh, I haven't had a vacation in forever. And then the middle one tells me, she goes, yeah, I need a vacation from my husband sometimes. So I go on vacation to get away. And I was like, girl, same, right? I was like, he's a bachelor for the weekend. I'm having my fun. Him and the dog are eating frozen pizza together every night while I'm gone. And the youngest one is just staring at us like in disbelief. And I look at her and I go, oh, you don't take vacation from your husband? And she goes, no. And I was like, oh, you really like your husband? And then I go, well, how long have you been married? She goes, 25 years. I go, you must have a lot of patience.
Really? Wow.
And she goes, in my culture, women don't get mad. We are very patient. We don't take it out on them. We understand, life is hard and this and that. And I'm just staring at her like, yeah, no, fuck that. So then the middle one is like kind of walking away because she's laughing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm like, sometimes you just want to be like, you know, and I like pretend to like strangle her. And she's going, yeah. I want to do that to my husband, you know. And this one is just like wide mouth open. Can't even believe we talk about her husband. And I'm like, I love you so much. You are so cute.
Aww.
She is so cute. So anyways, that was my funny story.
See, there's hope for anyone that's single.
Yes.
There's hope to be happy with someone.
And let me tell you, her marriage was arranged.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I think that makes a huge difference, obviously.
It reminds me of Coming to America.
Yeah.
Right? Bark like a dog.
Yeah.
Arf, arf, arf. Bounce on one leg. Arf.
Wait, but Coming to America, did he get to marry the woman he wanted to?
He did at the end. He did. For those that haven't seen it, sorry.
Yeah.
Did we just reference
Spoiler
3
alert.
movies at this episode? Sarah's so happy
I was
with
just going
us.
to say.
And we remembered the names of them. Oh, except for the one.
Yeah.
12 Gifts of Christmas.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it's called.
Is that what it is?
I believe that might be it. I think
I'm
it
going
may
to have
be.
to check it out.
Yeah, maybe.
I bet I could watch it right now.
It just sprayed
on
again.
Tubi.
I got a whole nose full of
I don't
Hawaiian
notice
pina colada in my nose.
It
What
is
is
in my
going
mouth.
on?
It is in my mouth.
We're going to have to move that to his
Steve, we're going to have
bathroom.
to move that over to your desk. Get it away from our desk.
It
we
smells
need it on your
delicious,
desk.
but the third time we're done. It must be every 15 minutes
oh God,
or something.
it must
Who knows?
be, yeah.
10 minutes? Holy cow.
I just keep laughing about that poor lady with her shocked face while we were talking about strangling her husband.
Oh. That just shows that every relationship is
know,
different.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I put up with mine. He puts up with me. You know?
Every time I think that I'm mad at Johnny, I think, what do I do that pisses him off?
Yeah.
And there's a lot.
Yes. Yes. But we enjoy our vacations by ourselves.
We do.
And they do their thing, you know. So
Yep.
I think that, you know, whatever works for anybody, you know.
I think it's
And we're
worse
all
now that
unique.
he's retired.
Oh, gosh.
And he's just home all the time.
Steve was home for, you know, usually he's home during the winter. He'll take a month or two off, and sometimes it gets really bad, but he's been very blessed with being busy.
Yeah.
But this past year, this past year he was only home for about a month. But prior to that, if he was home for a couple months, oh my gosh, we would drive each other crazy. Like, go get out of the house. But he couldn't help it. That's just the nature of his business.
And if he's not making money, he doesn't want to spend
It bothers
any money.
him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It bothers him. So then he's like, why did you buy new shoes? And then he's
Yeah.
on me. And I'm like, I make my own money.
I have money.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what your bank account looks like, but mine has
We really need to budget. No,
zeros.
you need to budget.
Yeah.
You work 9 months out of the year. No. But no, so he's happy. He's happy this year because he really didn't have a break. So, which is great.
Yeah.
It was great. But yeah, it's
Also,
funny.
I gave up my credit cards to Johnny, right? I have no credit cards in my possession right now.
That's fantastic.
And it makes me want to throw up. And I told him today, I said, you know what? I've had a good life of buying whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. And so now I'm just going to have to budget.
Yep.
So then he was like, well, we need milk, eggs, and bread. I go, well, get used to it because I'm not buying any groceries.
I may work at a grocery store, but I'm not shopping.
I said, we better get real. I don't even know what the word is, but you better figure something out for dinner because
yeah, you got a plan.
take it out of the freezer.
Yeah, you got a plan. That's funny.
We got stuff in the freezer and fridge, and my pantry is packed. We've all seen it on Snapchat.
I finally, no one likes to do it. Speaking of throwing up, but I did a budget this past weekend because I was like, I am bleeding money.
Yeah.
You know, and I just wanted to see because with both podcasts, with the books, you know, I do some advertising, you know, and I'm trying to figure out
where all your
it's
money's
all
going.
yeah, and it's all ours or whatever we make plus mine. And so it was a beautiful spreadsheet that I found that you just put in like your starting and then everything every year. And when I started looking at it, it was like we have different shipping. Like for example, let's just use like Prime, you know, Prime, and we have Zazzle shipping so that we can get T-shirts and stuff for everyone. And we have the websites, and we have the Captivate website for that's our host for the podcasts. And you know, it just started going on and on and on, and the list was longer and longer and longer.
Oh my gosh.
So then and then of course add in the Netflix and you know, you have to add in entertainment and different things that I do, and how much money do I spend on coffee, and that was a hard pill to swallow.
Right.
So I started like telling the kids, you know, I'm not giving you any more. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I started
Kids, you're done. Better figure out your own health
But that's funny that
insurance.
you don't have the credit cards because I also kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize you didn't have any credit. I knew that.
I have none.
I knew you were watching, but I didn't realize that.
Ugh.
And then this weekend, I just budgeted. I'm like, oh my gosh. And, I rounded up everything.
Yeah.
And it was almost like I was losing $500 a month by the time I put my car payment in there and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, what can I squeeze down? And then I came to a number where I was happy with it. But now every time I go somewhere, I think about it.
Yeah.
I have a very my toxic trait is every time I leave the house, I need to get an iced coffee or a snack or lunch or a Impossible Whopper or something. Now, for the past week, all I've gotten is my coffee if I wanted it in the morning. And then I don't get lunch. I've been bringing my lunch or I got a protein bar that I bought 20 protein bars for 89 cents at one of the clearance.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to watch and
Yes.
they don't expire until the end of June.
Yes.
One a day. That's my snack, not going to get something from Starbucks or so I don't know. It's just
my
it's
bad
hard.
habit is smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, and mine's coffee.
So I usually fill up my tank every morning.
Yep.
If I go, which I don't buy cigarettes every day because I'll usually buy 2. But so say I fill up my tank every other day and get cigarettes every other day, it's $45.
Yeah.
That's sick.
And then times that by how many times you do that a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know. I was telling the guy at the liquor store because there was a new guy at the liquor store and I was like, is that your Tesla outside? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, do you love it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I want one. And then my regular guy at the liquor store was like, you going to buy a Tesla? I'm like, maybe if I quit smoking.
Right.
Then I could. And he just laughs,
Yeah.
He's like, you're right. You quit it. And I go, but then look at all the money you would lose.
Right, exactly.
Because I wouldn't be coming here.
Support local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to keep smoking. Keep that liquor store by me open.
I know I've told this story before, but when we worked at the place we met at, I love scratch-offs.
Yes.
That was one of the things I gave up. So I really
you
slowed
haven't
down
done those
last
in a
year.
while.
And then what happened was, I buy one ticket, I won $500, and then you get addicted again. But now this year I'm way better. Like, actually, I can't remember the last time
I can't remember last time I've seen you do
there
scratch
hasn't been
offs.
any.
Yeah.
But I used to, scratch off a lot. And I had quit one year. And Steve goes, hey, did you get a raise or something? There's a lot of money in the account. I said, I stopped playing scratch offs. Isn't that disgusting? I know I've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But you have to really, not that this is like a budget podcast, but I just look at everything that you spend.
Yeah.
Maybe don't get the iced coffee
It'll
the
open
one
your
day.
eyes. But then also don't not let yourself have
fun
a little bit.
Yes. Of course.
If you're doing it every day, maybe cut back to only 3 times a week.
I just don't want to be the bad habit.
Yeah.
Which I have them.
Yeah.
I have gambling. I have addictions with sugar and caffeine. And so I know I do. So I felt like I wanted to and I almost wanted to throw up and I was giving myself a stomachache looking at the spreadsheet going, okay, what do I pay for every month or every year or it all starts to add up.
I know.
And I think the reason why I started thinking about it is because I listened to a podcast, there's an ad on there for something that you can download onto your phone and it tells you everything that you're paying for every month. And then you can go, no.
Yes.
And you don't realize that all your subscriptions, exactly.
Yes.
And I was like, without buying that, right? Because that's you want to budget yourself, then you have another one.
Right.
Why don't I try and do it? And then as I kept thinking about things, I would go to the computer and type it out, and I'm like, holy moly.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Obviously, we have stuff we have to have. Car insurance, car payment, mortgage
that
payment,
was all in there.
Taxes, But then it's like, how often do you use Amazon?
Yeah.
I use it a lot.
Yep.
So that's something that I find worth it. Maybe you don't use it that much, So
Right. Just kind of look through all of that.
I told Grandma, we have Grandma's Netflix because you're allowed to have one other household with Netflix, right? One person can use your password. And I told her, I go, cancel it. Yeah. She pays an extra $7.99 for us to have it at our house. I go, cancel it.
Yeah.
But can you wait till I'm done with Gilmore Girls?
Right. I'll let you know. That is so funny that you bring that up because yesterday Julia texted me or called me and she's like, hey, did you give anybody our Netflix account? And I said, no. She goes, some Cassidy is on our account.
Oh, really?
So she called Steven and he said, no, I don't even use Netflix. So someone had gotten into our password.
Jeez.
Into our account and created an account.
What the hell?
Now, the only thing I'm worried about is that I got to keep checking my credit card too, because you can see it. Like Julia says that you can see it. It's the last 4 digits and what it is. But I'm like, shoot.
Yeah.
So it's my own fault. We haven't changed it in, probably
So
a year. So yeah.
Are you kidding me? All my passwords for like my
all of that kind of
stuff, it's the same.
I know. So
It's
here's also your warning to go change all your passwords.
Yeah. I can't. I'll never remember.
Oh gosh.
I got to change them all, but change it to the same thing.
Yeah. What I learned at the job that I just left is to make it a phrase with a number and then a question. Like to get into my computer, they asked me to create a phrase. So I was watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So I put, this is the last dance, 25 question mark. Obviously I don't use that anymore, so I can say that now.
Right.
But they said use a phrase, a number, and then a symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then maybe it's supposedly, according to IT, it's harder. And then you also remember it if you...
How many of y'all have the password kid in your family, right?
Oh,
like
really?
Usually it's your kid's name with a number.
Oh, really?
And an exclamation point or something. Yeah.
Okay, don't do that.
And does that kid know they're the favorite?
Are they the only sticker on the back of your car?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yep. Good. I'm just going to end with saying congratulations to Brianna and Rob.
Oh,
yay!
MG.
Guess who's coming back on to talk about having a baby?
Oh my God, dude. I saw that on her Snapchat at 4 a.m. And like, usually I'll like, okay, I'm not going to say anything right now. I'll wait. And I was like, fucking shit.
We're so excited for them. So exciting. So they're little pumpkins coming beginning of November.
Yay.
Yep. So we'll definitely be talking about that on here.
Can't wait for the baby shower invites. I love how we just throw ourselves into your life. You can't get away from us. But we do bring good gifts.
We do. We are really good. Yeah. Very
We're good gifters.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny took my credit card, so sorry, Brie. I don't know how good your gift will be for the baby shower. I'm going to have to budget that one in. At least I got a while.
The invite will say Meredith and guest. And then I can decide who to bring.
Cass is broke. Leave her ass at home.
Well, thanks, everybody.
All right. This
we'll
is like the mishmash, right?
It is another mishmash.
All right, perfect.
I think that's why people listen.
Yeah, probably.
We mishmash it up.
Mish it up. All right, bye.
Talk to ya.
Bye. 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 Bye.